Hi, my name is Joe Simon, and I am a Pittsfield native, born and raised, and I work for the Allegroni companies as a project manager. And my kind of path through my career started when I was in high school at Pittsfield High, and graduating through the vocational program there, I landed at Hudson Valley Community College, where I did the construction management program, which was a 2-year program. Learned a bunch of valuable information, and working with the career services there, they ended up connecting me with Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston. So I was able to transfer to Wentworth, and I spent a couple years there, which was very enjoyable. Did their construction management program, which also has an internship part of it as well, and spent about 3 years going through school and through my internships, and was hired with a construction management firm in Boston, where I spent almost 8 years working for them, doing commercial construction all throughout the Boston area and out to the Worcester and New Hampshire. Moving forward, moved back to Pittsfield, where I was born, be close to family, and got an opportunity to come work for the Allegroni companies, where I've been for the last 6 years, working in a wide range of projects from commercial construction, a lot of projects here in the Berkshires, at the museum, some development properties on North Street and in Lenox, and that's kind of where it's taken me to currently. How I got involved in Habitat has always been a goal of mine. I've always wanted to be a part of Habitat and contribute as much as I could. Talking with John Paraso and Lou Allegroni as well, their involvement with the Habitat and the board really got us introduced to the project, and that there was a upcoming, what we called the Builders Blitz in Pittsfield, where me and a couple of the other team members from Allegroni were able to lend our services and help out with that project. So really started at the conception of the project, in the planning phase, and really started to really evolve into construction. So multifaceted steps to getting to construction. And a lot of that had to do with our planning. So me and Aaron Singer, one of our project superintendents, worked closely with the project architect, Anthony Allegroni, to come up with a game plan as far as how we were going to build these projects. Being a blitz build and being all contractor based, we reached out to local contractors in the community to see if they'd be willing to help build this, 3-building duplex style residential facility out in Pittsfield. So planning wise, it was reaching out to a lot of these contractors to get them engaged early and understand what the capacities would be from each contractor. Then it got into some more site logistics planning in regards to foundation packages and what we needed to do to plan the project to be able to get a bunch of companies out there for a 7-day build. So having a bunch of contractors show up, a lot need to be put into place prior to them showing up. So a foundation package and the civil work need to happen. So we engaged a civil contractor to bring utilities and clear the site and prep for foundations. And then also then having a contractor, a concrete contractor on board early to be able to put the frost walls and the slabs in place. So that way when the blitz build started, we were able to kind of hit the ground running and not have to have any downtime waiting for concrete to form and cure and be ready to go. So a lot of early planning, also involved with material procurement. So trusses and mechanical equipment and lighting all needed to be thought out of ahead of time and pre-purchased, so that way they would all be ready to go for the actual build time. So working with the local contractors and also our local vendors, going through those drawings and doing a lot of planning to make sure that everything we ordered months in advance would be ready for the project, but also fit into the project. So a lot of constructability analysis went into that, to making sure that the trusses that we ordered fit the project correctly, and came together all in one kind of cohesive group to make the project successful. In regards to some planning and logistics that took place for the project, being 3 large buildings and the site being somewhat restrictive based on its location, we had to plan ahead in regards to storage of materials and constructability, how quickly we could build these buildings in the 7-day time frame that we were looking at doing. So working with some local vendors in the area, we were able to store some materials off-site as well as right down the street on Elm Street for material storage and staging, so we could have everything ready to go prior to the project beginning. And then from there, it was really working on logistics in regards to how we were going to be able to shuffle material from point A to the project site, because we had it coming from our storage area as well as from long-term storage. Some of the panels that we used for the wall assemblies were pre-built by a bunch of volunteers earlier in the year, so we needed to make sure that we could move those from long-term storage to the project site, organize them, label them, so that way when we had all the contractors coming to the site, because we had roughly 8 carpentry contractors on site, they need to be able to know which panels went where within the building. And there also being 3 buildings, so there was a lot of material around the project site. So heavy coordination, logistics, and planning really went into making that successful and being able to do it all in a timely manner. Yeah, throughout the course of the project, everyone involved was really excited to be involved with such a meaningful project, local to where everyone works and lives. The involvement with other contractors as well as all the employees here at Allegroni that were involved with the project really felt like they had a positive impact in the community and into the individual people's lives that were going to be able to move into those new homes that were built. We were able to meet 2 of the families that moved in, and it really felt like we had a hand in helping them become homeowners and having a place to live. Everyone that I've talked to after that has really asked for additional opportunities to really be involved with Habitat and looking for other resources to be able to get involved and be a part of the community and help give back, because we've all been very fortunate to be in the industries that we are and where we can lend a hand. So as far as availability within our local market, it has been difficult over the last couple of years. The demand for skilled workers in all facets of the construction industry have been very difficult. Reaching out to a lot of the companies that were involved with the Habitat build and in general with projects that we have going on, the outstanding response is that needing more individuals in the field to be able to draw on, that they have a lot of work, but not enough employees to be able to do that work. So the demand for skilled workers in our area and across the country in general is very high. I know that we're always looking for skilled employees here, and it is a wide range of different jobs. Not only is there the carpenters in the field, but through all the disciplines, through electrical, mechanical, and plumbing, sprinklers and roofing and site contractors, to even the opportunity to work in the office. So I work as a project manager where most of my day is spent in the office, facilitating, coordinating, and managing the commercial construction projects that we have going on, with a good balance of being able to get out into the field and spend some time out on site, meeting with our site superintendents and foremans on each project to discuss how things are going, work on problems, coordination, critical thinking on site to make sure that everything is being thoughtfully put in place, following local codes and drawings and plans. So the demand for those types of jobs are very high in this area. There's a lot of projects going on with not a lot of people to fill those jobs. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to school for it. A lot of the guys in our industry also work right out of high school, go into the trades and learn some of those skill sets, and can either expand more into the field or have the opportunity to move into the office as well. So there's a multiple pathways to get there, and I encourage people to do it. It's a exciting industry to be involved with, where you get to actually put things in place and see them come together. There's a lot of good opportunity.